If you're getting promoted, come see Aaron Ellis right now.
If everyone would find a seat or standing or whatever you're doing, we're going to be getting started here shortly. If we want to do this decently and in order. That was quick. If I knew I had that much command, I'd have done it much sooner than that. All right, Chief. Good morning to everyone. If you've ever been in my presence, anytime I say good morning, I expect to hear good morning back. Let's act like it's a good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And it is a good morning. And welcome to the Louisville Metro Police Department and our new facility. And it is wonderful. You are the first ones of this grand of a spectacle to be in here. And we're glad and delighted to have you here today for our promotional ceremony. And we are here to celebrate our officers who are getting promoted and encouraging them in their new positions of leadership. So thank you very much, family and friends, for coming today. At this time, I will ask that you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Harper Hogan, who is the daughter of Brandon Hogan, who is being promoted today. And then please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by Dr. Teresa O'Bannon, who is our chaplain. There you go, Harper.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the invocation.
Let us pray. Gracious and eternal God, we pause at the beginning of this ceremony to give you thanks. We're grateful for this day, for the hard work and dedication represented in this room, and for the men and women who have answered the call to serve and protect the people of Louisville. Today we acknowledge achievement that did not come easy. God, these promotions represent long hours of difficult decisions and unseen sacrifices and faithful commitment. We recognize that no one reaches this time alone. We give thanks for families, we give thanks for loved ones, colleagues, mentors, and supervisors who support and whose support and patience, belief have made this day possible. God, we ask for your presence. We ask that you guide us in this ceremony, grant clarity of minds and humility of hearts and steadiness to those who step into new levels of responsibility. Make those being promoted lead with integrity, courage, compassion, and respect for all. Bless this department, bless this city, and all who are entrusted to this sacred responsibility. It's in your name we do pray. Amen. Amen.
You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great joy and a great honor to introduce the leader of our city. He's in his first term and getting ready to run for re-election, so I'm going to forgive the pun, the shameless endorsement for you, sir, but we're glad to have Mayor Greenberg in our presence. So let's give him a big round of applause, Mayor Craig Greenberg.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Well, good morning, everyone. Rachel and I are thrilled to be here with all of you. I'm honored to join with Chief Humphrey and all of you for this incredibly important moment for each of you, for your families, and for our entire city. And I'm thrilled that so many of my colleagues from across Louisville Metro government outside Lmpd are here to support you all individually and this department as well. Please stand or raise your hand if you're one of my colleagues from Louisville Metro government so you guys can see we've got out in full effect today. Thanks for joining us to be here in support. And that's reflective of the fact that public safety is our #1 priority at Metro government. And we're seeing some encouraging progress across our city right now. And that's because of people like each of you, leaders like each of you. Your work makes it possible for others in our community to feel safe everywhere they are. so they can experience the best of what Louisville has to offer. Whether it's at big fun events like Light Up Louisville, where many of your colleagues were out freezing, whether it's at big events like Derby, where they might be sweating, or whether it's outside of the fun big events at mornings like this morning, when you all were able to apprehend an individual who thought it was a good idea to try to bring a gun into a school. You all and your colleagues are there. We depend on you. The community depends on you. So we'll continue to support you, just like you all support everyone else across our city. And that's why I'm proud that our administration has made it a priority to invest in LMPD, to invest in salary increases, in better equipment, training, recruiting. It's why we worked in partnership with the Louisville Metro Police Foundation and others to open the Summit Wellness Center, the world-class facility, because you and your colleagues deserve the best. Your group today has shown the character and hard work needed to earn even more responsibility, to lead LMPD into the future. And I'm incredibly proud to be your colleague. Leadership matters, and your leadership has started, and I know is just getting started. This is also very special for me personally, and I want to give a personal shout out to someone who has become an incredibly close friend of mine and a close colleague over these past few years. Soon to be Sergeant Tyrell Barner. I've probably spent as much time with Tyrell these past 3 years as anyone else in Louisville Metro government. We've been together on some of our absolute best days. I've also been with Tyrell on some of my most challenging days. Tyrell, I've learned a lot from you. And I know that some people think I get up early most mornings to run before I start my day. But anyone who says that is someone that clearly doesn't know Tyrell. Because it doesn't matter how early we start. But Tyrell has already done his push-ups and sit-ups every day. In fact, my entire family today, in honor of you, Tyrell, we were all working out before 6 a.m. You're an inspiration for healthy living to me, to us all, and it's why Tyrell is the LMPD push-up champ, and none of us are. Well, actually, Jenna is. Where's Jenna? Jenna is also, but she's also dedicated. So Tyrell, I will greatly miss working with you so closely, but I'm incredibly excited for you, your family, and your career. Please continue to keep me up to date on the Detroit Lions, University of Michigan, and Bullitt County Chargers as those teams progress. But I also know that Tyrell's story, his work ethic, his commitment to our city, his focus on improving public safety all across Louisville are traits that are reflected in each and every one of you, the other 6 amazing individuals who are being promoted today. That's why each of you is here today. That's why you're being promoted, and we're all so incredibly proud to support you. And a special thanks to all of your loved ones who have joined us here today, who make the sacrifices right alongside each of you, who support you every day on those good days and those challenging days. Thank you all so much for what you do to support these folks. So let's all keep working together for the people of Louisville to create a city that's safer, stronger, and healthier, to create a city that supports fine leadership like we're promoting today. So congratulations to you all, Mazel Tov, Lamont, and thank you all for being here to celebrate this great day. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mayor Greenberg, for those inspiring words. And next, I'd like to introduce the man who is leading our department now and been doing a fine job for the last, 2 years? It's been almost that? No, a year and a half. And it's a big task to do this. And I always say that, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And it's also, anytime you think you're going to eat an elephant, it's a big task, but you eat it one piece at a time. And so he's eating it one piece at a time every day. And I'd like to introduce the Chief of Police, Paul Humphrey.
So it's the only time I'll say this. Congratulations. You've earned it. This is the end of a process for you all, but really it's the start of a new chapter of your careers. And remember, the work ethic that got you here is not the work ethic that will sustain you here. You need to take it to the next level because you owe it to the people that are going to be working for you. You now get to take pride in the work that others do as opposed to your own work, especially you new sergeants who for the first time will have people looking up to you for advice and leadership. Nothing can replace your work ethic. Make good decisions. People are counting on you to make good decisions. We don't get in fights, we don't get in foot chases, we don't lock people up every single day, but we make tons of decisions. So be ready to make good decisions. Then lastly, be accountable for those decisions. And we talk a lot in this profession about accountability, and I think we still need to define what accountability is in a different way. Accountability is not discipline. Accountability, when it's done the right way, prevents discipline. Joe and I were having a conversation just last week about accountability and why it is that a player can take criticism from a coach and expect it so easily, yet we get offended when somebody tells us we can do better. It shouldn't be that way in this profession. We should be seeking out criticism. We should be seeking out opportunities for improvement. That's what accountability is. Accountability is setting that high standard and then making sure we each achieve it. It's how we show each other we care about each other. It's saying that I believe you can do more than what you're doing today. Whether you're doing it poorly or you're doing it well, you can always do it better. So hold yourselves accountable and hold each other accountable. And then remember when this job gets tough, when you're having those days where you're like, I don't understand why I did this, because you're going to have those days. Because there's going to be a lot of people making decisions below you that you're accountable for. And those days are tough at times. But remember, there's a bunch of other people that took that test that wanted that spot. There's a bunch of other people that wishes that somebody tapped them on the shoulder and said, you need to be part of this command staff. You get to do this. This leadership is not a burden. It's a blessing. So remember on those tough days that you get to do this. Other people want it. It's written right here, Joe, when you come up and speak. You get to do this. Remember that. Congratulations for the last time, and let's get to work.
Thank you, Chief Humphrey. And at this time, we're getting ready to get going on what you came to hear and came to see and witness today. At this time, we will recognize 4 officers who are being promoted to the rank of sergeant. I will call them by their name and their existing title, and they will step forward with pictures with Mayor Greenberg and Chief Humphrey. Tyrell Barner. Tyrell began his law enforcement career at the federal level. He worked at the Pentagon from 2009 to 2012. In 2012, he began his career with Lmpd. After graduating the academy, he was assigned to the 4th Division, where he stayed until 2016. In 2016, he was assigned to the Narcotics Division as a detective. You can stand there while I say all of this about you. And in 2020, he was assigned to the Criminal Interdiction Division. In 2021, he was assigned to the Fugitive Unit, and in 2023, he received a promotion and was assigned to the Mayor's Protection Detail. Tyrell played college football for 4 years, where he met the love of his life, his wife, Rachel, and they have 2 sons, Tyrell II and Theodore, who happened to be my father's first name, so you're a good man, and it's Theo for short. Tyrell has 2 favorite leadership quotes: the standard is the standard, and whether you want to hear it or not, it still needs to be said. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyrell Barner. Next is Lauren Payne. Lauren Payne graduated from MAC 30 in March of 2015. She was assigned to the 1st Division as a patrol officer for 4 years. Lauren became a detective in the Crimes Against Children's Unit, investigating physical and sexual abuse of children. In 2019, she became the Internet Crimes Against Children's detective. Lauren was a task force officer with the FBI on their Violent Crimes Against Children Squad and a member of the FBI's Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force, allowing her to gain experience in not only child exploitation cases, but also as a violent crime and narcotics investigations while assisting the FBI. Simultaneously, she was a task force officer with Kentucky State Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force. And one of the great things about her is Lauren went to U of L. And she was a cheerleader as well. That makes it even better, in my opinion. And she got her bachelor's degree in criminal justice. And outside of work, Lauren competes in adult gymnastics competitions. Ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Payne. Next is Michael Barco. Michael has served the Lmpd since 2016. Most of his time has been spent in the 2nd Division. He is a field training officer and serves on the Special Response Team. Mike was a family man who loved spending time with his 2 sons and his wife. He began dating his wife in 2007, and they have been married for 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Barco. Next is Theron Wiggins. You can clap for him. Theron is very thankful for this opportunity and really appreciative of the confidence the department has in him. Theron began his career with LMPD September 22nd, 2014. He began his assignments in the 2nd Division, went to the 7th Division, and now works in the 3rd. Theron is currently a member of our Dignitary Protection Team and Peer Support Team. He enjoys working out, you can tell that, being active and spending time with his family. He's been married to his lovely wife, Sasha, for 18 years. That's a wonderful thing, my friend. And they have 3 very outgoing and energetic kids, TJ, Tegan, and Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, Theron Wiggins. And now you all get that great oath of office.
Raise your right hand. Let's say I, state your name. I,
I, Lauren Payne.
whoa, let's reset this. Let's do it in a row. I,
Tyrell Byron.
Lauren Payne.
Leroy Wiggins. Michael Barco.
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and the laws and ordinances of Louisville Metro Government, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky and Metro Government so long as I continue a citizen thereof, that I will endeavor to the best of my ability to detect and prosecute all gamblers and others violating the laws against gaming, and that I will faithfully execute to the best of my ability the office of Sergeant of the Louisville Metro Police Department according to law. And I do further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within the state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any persons thus offending, so help me God.
Yeah, you weren't sorry until you said, so help me God.
You got it.
All right. Let's give him a big round of applause. You may be seated. At this time, we will recognize 2 sergeants who are being promoted to the rank of lieutenant. I will call them by their name and their existing title, and they will step forward with pictures with Mayor Greenberg and with Chief Humphrey, and then they will formally take the oath of office as for lieutenant. Brandon Hogan started his LMPD career in the 1st Division. He served there from 2009 until 2016. He was promoted to sergeant in 2016 and moved to the 4th Division. He became a full-time SWAT in 2016 until 2021. In 2021, Brandon was assigned to the Firearms Training Unit until 2023. In 2023, he was assigned to the Performance Division, where my wife works, and where he became the Performance Review Board Coordinator. After his promotion, Brandon will be a lieutenant in the 4th Division. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Hogan. Next is Lamont Washington. And before I get into his bio, I have to say this. About, maybe 30 years ago, I met Lamont. I was one of the original DARE officers and teaching in school, and he was at Price Elementary School, and he was about 9 years old. Still had those jaws back then. And I guess if you stay around long enough, which I have for 41 years, he happened to have been my boss for a little while in this office. So I'll read the formal thing, but I wanted to get that out of the way early, my friend, to do that. And I got a couple of other DARE students that are in command too as well, including the Deputy Chief of Police back here. That's a good thing. Lamont was hired in 2010. He patrolled the 4th, 3rd, and the 2nd Divisions, where he was shot in the line of duty in February 24th of 2012. He has worked in patrol, the PIO office, as an officer and a sergeant, the Professional Standards Unit for 5 years, and has been acting lieutenant in the 2nd since the beginning of October. His time in the PIO office included a State Department contract where he did in-country consultations on the National Police and gendarmerie in Africa. He said it was life-changing. Lamont has 2 associate's degrees, and most importantly to him, he's been married to Hillary for 12 years, Dr. Hillary Washington, who was a retired police officer. His mom, Diane, I see you there, his sister, Teresa, and her husband, Ronique, and his nephew, Ronique. And we're glad to see you all. And I had you as a DARE student as well, I think, back in the day, so it's all good. And it's good to see you all. And ladies and gentlemen, Lamont Washington. It's time for your oath, my friends.
I, Lamont Washington.
I
Lamont Washington. Brandon Hogan.
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and the laws and ordinances of Louisville Metro Government, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky and Metro Government so long as I continue a citizen thereof. That I will endeavor to the best of my ability to detect and prosecute all gamblers and others violating laws against gaming, and that I will faithfully execute to the best of my ability the office of Lieutenant of the Louisville Metro Police Department according to law. And I do further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within the state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending, so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
At this time, we will recognize one lieutenant who will be promoted to the rank of major. Joe Knapp was born and raised in Louisville and lived in the outskirts of Germantown, not far from St. Xavier High School, from where he would ultimately graduate. He stayed at home for college and earned a bachelor's degree at Bellarmine and subsequently completed the accounting certificate program there. He spent the first 12 years of his professional career as a certified public accountant. I need to know you, brother. Before ultimately finding his calling in life as a law enforcement officer. Joe spent the first 8 years of his law enforcement career in the 4th Division, where he left patrol for stints in impact flex units before ultimately working the last couple of years as a division detective. Was promoted to sergeant and spent a year and a half in the 5th Division before being promoted to lieutenant and being assigned to the 6th Division. In September 2023, Joe was given the opportunity to start up and command the Force Investigations Review Unit, where he remained until December of this year. His loved ones include his children, Jack and Natalie, ages 20 and 17, his domestic partner, Jennifer, and her children, Caleb, Liam, and Anna. He is also blessed to share his law enforcement journey with his brother, Sergeant Tim Nett, who supervises the Lmpd Tech Ops Unit. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Nett.
All right, third time's a charm. I
Joseph Nett,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and the laws and ordinances of the Louisville Metro government, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky and Metro government so long as I continue to be a citizen thereof, that I will endeavor to the best of my ability to detect and prosecute all gamblers and others violating the laws against gaming, and that I will faithfully execute to the best of my ability the office of Major of the Louisville Metro Police Department according to law. And I do further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending, so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Well, Major, don't go too far, my friend, because it's your time to speak. And duty calls. I'm sorry.
Good morning. First, I want to express my gratitude to Mayor Greenberg and Chief Humphrey for this opportunity and for your unwavering leadership. I'm honored, grateful, and fully aware of the responsibility that comes with this role. To my loved ones and all the loved ones represented here today, our successes in this department are only possible because of your selfless support. From late watch shifts to missed holidays to the terrifying risks that come with this job, your sacrifice is the foundation we stand on. We thank you for giving us the strength to serve. To our friends, peers, supervisors, treasured legal advisors, every shared experience has shaped who we are as law enforcement professionals. There are many talented, deserving officers who could be standing here today with us. We will work every day to honor you and make you proud. The men and women of this department are dedicated, resilient, and courageous, and it is an honor to serve with you. These promotions are not just symbols of personal achievement. They are commitments to the men and women of this department, to the city of Louisville, and to every citizen who looks to us for safety, justice, and integrity. This is about agreeing to shape the next iteration of leaders. It's about shouldering the weight of the trust this community places in us. It's about making decisions that may not always be popular, but are essential for maintaining the public's faith in everything that we do. There will be times when this feels isolating. Indeed, you may feel like you're alone on an island. Take solace in the truth that righteousness requires sacrifice. If leadership were easy, everyone would rise to it. I believe in leading from the front and setting the example that inspires others. Leadership means never asking someone to do that which you would not. Your people eat first, and you hold yourself accountable, not only to the values of this department, but to the values you expect from your own character. Sergeant Barner would call this a creed. Sergeant Barner follows the ideas of retired Navy SEAL Chief Chad Wright, who teaches that the mark of a true professional is someone who sets standards and then uses those standards to measure their growth. If you set those standards and achieve them with too much ease, then your standards are not high enough. So challenge yourself. Be great in everything that you do. Reject the path of least resistance. Be courageous enough to stand up for what is just, even when it's hard. Your people deserve that from you, and the citizens of Louisville deserve our very best, always. Excellence alone is not enough, though. You must remember that our people are our greatest resource. Invest your time, your presence, and your care to show them that they're valued. Recognize our imperfections, our varied life experiences, and our cultural differences. Carry these truths with you as leaders. And treat your people as an end in themselves, not merely a means to an end. One of Lieutenant Washington's favorite quotes by Jay Shetty captures this perfectly. No one will remember how many hours you worked, but they'll remember if you made time for them when it actually mattered. No one will remember your job title, but they'll remember if you treated them with respect. Status fade, presence stays. Finally, don't forget why you are here. For me, and I'm sure for all of you, we became police to help others, to serve and protect Louisville, to make a difference, and yes, to find joy in that work along the way. Don't get lost in the politics or the hateful rhetoric that drives negativity. Show up to work every day and live your why. Thank you, and let's continue raising the standard together.
Thank you, Major. First time you get to say that. That was your first act. That was all good. Appreciate that. First of all, again, thank all of you all for coming today, whether it be friends, loved ones, alumni, misfits, whatever category that you fit in. We're glad to have you today. There are refreshments, I believe, back here in the back that Carol tells me, and there's a place back there in that corner to take pictures. That Wells and Stephen are here to help assist with that with your families. It was the 6th President of the United States, John Quincy Adams, who once said that if your actions inspire others to dream, to learn more, to do more, and to become more, then you are a leader. So if you can get people to do something that they wouldn't otherwise do for themselves, you're a leader, and you begin that as being a brother or a sister or a father or a mother, a son or a daughter. It doesn't just start in your professional life, but it starts in your personal life, so that permeates to whomever you meet in this world. You know, we had a burial yesterday of an officer, and anytime I ever go to a gravesite or whatever the situation in a cemetery, on their tombstone, it gives their name, the date that they were born, and then there's a dash. And in that dash means, what did I do while I was here? Because the day you put in the ground is not necessarily the day you die. Some people die way before they actually die of physical death because they stopped living. Well, today, men and women that are here, don't stop living. Keep leading. Keep doing. Because when nothing else could help, love lifted me. Let's all be standing in the room as Dr. O'Bannon comes back and leads us in our benediction.
Congratulations to each. Let us pray. God, we thank you once again for the service honored today and for the leadership that's been affirmed here. God, we ask your continued blessings upon those who have been promoted. May the authority they receive be matched with humility. May the rank they wear reflect not only position but purpose, a commitment to fairness, accountability, and service to the common good. Extend your care to their families and loved ones who support them. And now may they go forth covered with protection, guided by wisdom, anchored in integrity, and sustained by your peace. May you lead with courage, serve with honor, and return home safely each day. Go in strength, go in purpose, and go in peace. Amen.
We're dismissed. Thank you so much for coming.